Hello guys, I am back with another tutorial, and this time I am going to be teaching you how to make feet paws out of this mess right here. Yeah, you can just ignore that because I just finished making the head over there. My finger got in the way. That sucks. But anyway, first we're gonna have to make the sock part. This is gonna be the bottom of the foot. I basically just traced my foot onto a piece of paper. I left quite a bit of seam allowance because I wanted to grow into it since I'm still growing. My foot is still growing, so I want to be able to grow into it. And then you're gonna need a piece like this. Since we have an arch on our foot, to make sure it's not too flat that we can actually put our foot in there, we want to make this to be bigger than this, but it's just gonna sew right onto there like that. And you'll see what I'm talking about. There will be a little gap in between where we can put our foot. It's easier to do it than it is to explain it. And then we have this piece. These two sides will connect, forming a loop, and this will go where the heel is. It'll dip down where the heel is. So I'm gonna sew this together and show you what I'm talking about. Just to show you a bit more of what I'm talking about, you sew it together like this and everything, and then then it's gonna create this gap right here, so it's more of like a shoe shape than it just being flat, so you can fit your foot in there. Because before I was just making it flat and my foot wasn't going in there because this part actually comes up. Like, I always knew that. It's just when you're sewing, you gotta try different things and make up patterns by yourself. So I'm just saying this is what I figured out. That's how you do it. You might have to learn this by experience, but for the most part, you should have it. Alright, here's the sock. I've got the bottom part, and I've got it all sewn on. Your foot should just slip right into there. It's kind of loose right now. The next thing to do is cut out the fur from the monstrosity over there. I will be right back with a time lapse. So you just sew your pieces together. I've already sewed all my pieces together. Your patterns might be different. I recommend making a foam model of what you want your paw to look like and then duct taping that like we did the head and getting the patterns off of it. I used to do foam paws, so I kind of remember what the patterns were like for that. I was going to use one of my foam paw patterns, but I lost it. But so I just estimated it, like I drew it out on the thing and traced it onto a piece of paper. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention when we started that you're going to need, if I can move everything out of the way, you're going to need to cut out like a paw shaped thing. Focus camera. So yeah, you're going to need to cut out a paw-shaped thing. The back of it should look like this. You can make it out of like foam mats. Just make sure you can walk on it outside. If you want indoor paws, just pretend this is fur and then add paw pads on the fur side. I made mine out of an old bow target I found. Most makers use rubber, but that's like more industrial, so that's just the cheapest way to do it. I will try to invest in rubber when I get a better maker and actually start commissioning more. Once I get a website up and start making more money from it, I will try to get some rubber. But now you want to sew your sock on to your foot. But while you're doing this, you might as well go ahead and get the hot glue gun fired up, because we will be doing some gluing next. I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. I started a bit too soon. If you want a tag in there, like a tag that marks the left or right foot or has your business logo on it, if you're commissioning a suit, go ahead and sew that in there. I don't have any tags yet, so I'm just using an elastic strap to mark the left foot. For now, I will get tags in the future though, so where they say left and right, that is something I will do in the future. So let me show you how it is under. This is going to flip up and you'll see this is clearly the left foot. I just wanted to go ahead and mention that real quick. So back to the video. Alright, now you want to flip this over, like put it right side out, but don't do the sock, just flip this over the sock. Alright, it's starting to look like a foot paw, and you can see everything's in there. Our tag is secure. It's kind of, the only problem is that it's kind of floppy. So we're gonna fix that right now. Assuming you've gotten your glue gun fired up, we are going to go over here, and where the heck, okay, here it is. We're gonna go over here and glue the sock you have created to here. You could flip this back up, or you could just leave it like that. But the point is to get this sock glued onto here. Alright, we've got him all glued on. Now, if you want to, just for fun, you could stick your foot over there. Yay. But we still need work to do. We still have work. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna glue the fur all around the edges of this. If you're doing indoor paws, you could skip this step because you'll probably have it sewn onto it. You're gonna sew the fur onto the bottom if you're doing indoor paws, but if you're doing outdoor paws like me, just glue it up there. But with indoor paws, you still want to glue the sock to the bottom of your fur, just because, so your foot's not like shifting around and everything, so you don't slip and fall. So I'm gonna glue this on. Also, make sure to leave a hole somewhere. Doesn't matter where, just leave it somewhere so we can stuff it. Alright, as you can see, I've glued all the fur to the bottom, to the edge of the bottom. And now it's time to stuff it through our hole we left that I told you to leave. Just put stuffing in there. Stuff it as firmly as you like. And then there's just one last step after that. Alright, I stuffed it and I sealed the seam. Now the last thing to do is give it a brush and a trim up. So just like trim this stuff all the way down so nothing touches the ground, so it doesn't like get too dirty. If you're doing indoor paws, you don't have to do this. But I do recommend giving it a trim up like at these spots where the fur is kind of just sticking out and it won't brush down. just to make it look neat. And there you have it, a feet paw. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope you liked it. Where's the other one? In my laundry bin so my dog doesn't eat it. Right here, here's how it should look after trimming. I need to trim that. Great. You can look at it multiple times from multiple different angles. Just see what needs to be done and do it. So before trimming and after trimming. Nice. Okay, bye.